or even 50 of them or even 25 of them. The only way I can have a strike called is if I swing and miss. So I can pick the ball I want to hit, and I can wait there, and the pitcher can throw pitch after pitch. And if they are not in my sweet spot, I don't have to swing. And that's an enormous advantage over most businesses. The problem, of course, is that if you have an audience that is yelling "swing, you bum" while you're waiting there with a bat on your shoulder, time after time, you may get tempted to swing at the wrong pitches. So you have to make sure that you don't psychologically get in the position where you feel, well, you have to swing at pitches that really aren't in your sweet spot.
Dishwasher messed up.
Yeah, probably if I make one great decision every 2 years, you have to make very, very few right decisions in investing in your life. You might say that a person who bought Berkshire Hathaway 50 years ago only had to make one decision, and there's a temptation for people to act far too frequently in stocks simply because they're so liquid. They know they can't buy and sell farms every day or buy and sell apartment houses every day. They can buy and sell stocks, and in a very liquid market with very low transaction costs. And that should be a huge advantage. But people turn it into a disadvantage because they think the availability of the opportunity to trade is something that they have to take advantage of every day. And actually, active trading just costs them a lot of commissions. The main thing to do is buy into a wonderful business and just sit there with it. I would say I get very, very little hate mail. I get a lot of requests for money. I had one fellow that would ask me for 1.3 billion. He broke me about 70 times, and he never dropped his price. I kind of admired his position of non-negotiation. But there may be a social. Probably when I wrote about taxes, I got a few letters saying, why don't you just send all your money to the U.S. government if you think it's so wonderful. But I would say there's very, very, very little hate mail. Well, Omaha and Nebraska are home to me, and I had a great time growing up here until I was about 12, and we moved to Washington. I made lots of friends. Everything about it seems like home. I go back. I've probably gone back at least a half a dozen times to my grammar school, Rose Hill, and I go there for fairs they may have. Occasionally, I might even talk to a grade school class or two. There's a lot of continuity. There's a lot of community. There's a lot of friendship. I probably know the parents, the grandparents now of a lot of people I meet. But if I go to a restaurant here, there's a lot of people just say "Hi, Warren" to me that either I know or that they're just friendly. My children had a good time growing up here. They had their aunts and uncles and grandparents living within a mile or two. So it's a very solid place and friendly place in which to grow up and in which to conduct a business. We have 25 people in the office, and if you go back a year ago to our Christmas party, we're going to take a picture of the 25 this year. It's the exact same 25 as a year ago, the exact same ones. Now, we have a company with 350,000 employees. And here in the headquarters, I don't think there's another company in the world that probably didn't have. We didn't go up one, we didn't go down one, and we didn't change one. Well, working in Omaha certainly maximizes both my enjoyment and my output in terms of work. I mean, everything is made to order. I live 5 minutes away from the office, and I've been making that 5-minute trip back and forth now for 53 years. There's no stress. I have no stress whatsoever in business. I think it's probably helped me not only live longer, but I certainly live happier as well. When I came back from New York in early 1956, I had no idea what I was going to do. I knew I was going to take some classes at school. I knew I was going to do a lot of reading. I had no idea that I would set up an investment partnership. But a few months after I came back, some members of the family said, "What should we do with our money?" And I said, "Well, I'm not going back in the business of selling stocks, but if you would like to join me in a partnership, somewhat along the lines of the one I worked for when I was with Ben Graham, I said, I'll be glad to do it. So within a couple of months after coming back, I set up the first partnership. And I was then renting a house. I never owned a house to that point. And I was renting a house at a block and a half away from the family grocery
Good morning.
store.
Good morning.
And it had a little tiny room off the bedroom.
Welcome,
and that
welcome.
became the office. And then 2 years later, I bought the house I live in today in 1958. And that too had a room off the bedroom. And I worked out of that room for about 4 years. So there was about 6 years in which I.
All right, family. So welcome. Good morning to Coffee and Crypto. This is our 244th episode ever. All right, 244th episode ever. And today's title is HBAR leads post-quantum satellite with SpaceX. Today is going to be an extremely bullish call for XRP, HBAR, Cardano, and a lot of other US-based cryptocurrency companies. Really excited to have you all tuning in. If you don't mind, just go and share this link out. Let's go ahead and increase the numbers. Let people know that we live, direct, and in full effect. We're about to get to a check this morning. All right, welcome to the call again. And I'm going to allow for a little bit more of this Becoming Warren Buffett interview to be able to, seep into your minds. Because, see, Warren Buffett, I always talk about it. He was born in a very special time. And I truly believe deep in my heart that we, as millennials, we as Gen Zs, we as Gen X, and if you're a baby boomer, you have the ability to be alive right now in a brand new industrial revolution. And by the end of today's call, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Take in this Warren Buffett. Make sure you have your notes and a note paper, because remember, notebook and a pen, because note takers are money makers. Welcome to the call, and we're going to get started in a few more minutes. Please share this link out to the Discord groups, to your Telegram groups. Let's go.
Worked at home. I drove down and picked up the mail. I wrote checks eventually. I was running 11 partnerships finally. I wrote all the checks individually. I filed 11 income tax returns. I took delivery on stocks for all the different companies. I was a one-man band there for 6 years. And there came a time at the start of 1962, I moved to Kiewit Plaza. They were just building the building then, finishing it. And I hired two people. One was a secretary, and one was a fellow that analyzed investments with me, Bill Scott. Bill and I are still friends. He still lives in Omaha, and we started to look like we really were a business. By the time I moved to Kiewit Plaza, we had $7 million invested. We started, the first partnership started with $105,100. I put up the 100, and the other people put up the 105,000. And then as people came along and saw what was being done in the earlier partnerships, I made this mistake of forming new partnerships. So I had this multiple checks, multiple tax returns, and all that sort of thing. Finally, it just made sense to put them together. So when I put it together in January 1st, 1962, we had 7 million. And a lot of that was new people that had come in over the years, and some of a fair amount was profits. I closed down the partnerships. Well, just one partnership by that point. I closed down the partnership at the end of 1969 because I really wasn't seeing opportunities in the investment world, and there were some crazy things going on in the late 60s, and I didn't want to do. I understood what people were doing, but I didn't believe in what they were doing, so I didn't want to join that game. On the other hand, I didn't like sitting it out and having my results look bad. So I decided to give the money back to the partners. I didn't think I didn't want my competitive juices to force me to play in a game where I really didn't think I had an advantage anymore. So it was a lifestyle decision. I had all the money I needed, and the partners had all done well, and I had a way of providing for their continued shepherding by a couple of friends of mine that were very good managers. The I had various social ideas too, but the two were not in conflict. I could have gone on a double track throughout the rest of my life, and in a certain sense, I have. But not in. I didn't have that all planned out back in 1969 when I decided to wind up the partnership. There was a time in the late 60s when my wife Susie said to me, she said, "I don't mind being married to the next to last guy in the country to have a crew cut, but she said I really wouldn't want to be married to the last guy." So at that point, I left the crew cut style. And we had a terrific. Susie was great at planning parties, and so she was very imaginative. We had loads of friends, so I like the stage delicatessen in New York. So when we were in New York, we'd always go by there, Susie and I. So she decided to have a stage delicatessen party in Omaha, and I don't know how many people we had. We had a lot of people over that night, and everybody had a lot of fun. It was the 1960s, and she was imaginative about parties, and she was good at it. She threw herself into it and came up with a lot of great ideas, and I just went and ate the food and paid the bills. The partnership had acquired control of Berkshire Hathaway in 1965. And although I never took the chairman role or the president's role, I was in charge of Berkshire Hathaway. We owned control of it. So I made all the decisions. I bought National Indemnity. I bought the Sun newspapers for it. The fellow who operated the textile business checked with me on buying new equipment. And
welcome to the call, man. Super excited to have you all here. Good morning. Welcome to episode number 244 of your favorite crypto morning show, Coffee and Crypto. My name is Vincent Owens. For you all that may not know who I am, I've been doing this for the last 7 years, being a full-time investor. And man, what a journey it has been investing into spaces like cryptocurrency. All right. We have an amazing community here at Coffee and Crypto Network where we have like-minded individuals that you can, truly grow with, truly trust, because everybody has the same focus, and it's just becoming the best we can become in this space so that we can create a level of generational wealth that people couldn't even fathom. So with that being said, Coffee and Crypto, just want to start it off like this. We do not offer financial advice. All right. So if you are looking for advice financially, you want to hire a financial advisor. All right. Or you're going to want to actually tap in with us here at Coffee and Crypto Network. If you don't have an advisor, right? Maybe you don't have one. Here at Coffee and Crypto Network, we are not financial advisors. We are blockchain strategists. There's a huge difference. All right. So we'll not advise your portfolio. We're just going to give you strategies that we're following, strategies and principles that we've learned. All right, we're going to give you that opportunity to be able to tap in and tune in to those things. So very important. And also, if you're tuning in on YouTube, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I've been looking at the views. Our views are growing on every video now. All right, so we are starting to hit an algorithm here in crypto, and it's all about the consistency. Like I said, we're at episode 244, and I really believe that by the time, we're at episode 300, we should be having hundreds to thousands of people live with us on each and every call, because we're going to be in 2025 and 2026, which are going to be very pivotal years for cryptocurrency. 2025 and 2026 will be two of the most pivotal years for cryptocurrency. And you want to make sure that you have a team. You want to make sure that you have a coach. You want to make sure you have something, resources that you can rely on to be able to get you to your bag each and every single day. With that being said, we are now going into 10 minutes past the hour. Can we drop some coffee in the chat box and just show all our new people? And if you're driving right now or you're traveling, please don't worry about doing that. All right. We know we love your, we know that you would drop fire anyway, but for the ones that are not driving, the ones that are safe, to drop a little fire, drop some fire in the chat box, and let's go ahead and get it popping. And let me know, what you're sipping on this morning. All right, what you're sipping on this morning. Just let me know what you're sipping on this morning. I ain't gonna lie, I made some really good lemonade. I've been on a lemonade thing for the last day, so I've been drinking lemonade. So my drink of choice this morning is a little cool lemonade. I know this is Coffee and Crypto. Y'all like, where the coffee at? Look, I'm gonna be real. Most of y'all like coffee. You know what I mean? Something you may not even know is I just really got into coffee. You know what I mean? Like, as I used to not even think coffee was good. But the one thing I know about coffee is kind of like golf. You know, it's like kind of the same thing. Like, you can go to a golf course, you can have meetings. You can go to a golf course, you can run into people who can change your life. I've learned that you can go to coffee shops and you can run into people that change your life. You can go to coffee shops in your local city and you can find like-minded people that are investors like you. I went to so many coffee shops in Atlanta, and I'm sitting here with my charts up. I'm looking at something with crypto, and somebody walking behind me is like, "What you know about XRP?" You know, and it's always kind of a cool thing. So coffee and crypto, you know, coffee is relatable to a lot of people and crypto is not relatable. And so we want to make crypto as relatable as it is as a cup of coffee. You see what I'm saying? So that's what coffee and crypto is. We want to be able to make crypto as relatable to you as a cup of coffee. With that being said, welcome to the greatest morning show of cryptocurrency on earth. I promise you, today's call is extremely bullish. The information we're going to have on Hedera hash graph is extremely bullish. And if you own HBAR, or if you heard of HBAR before, or you plan on getting you some HBAR, go ahead and drop some HBARs in the chat box. Just drop an HBAR in the chat box and let's get this party started. Welcome again to Coffee and Crypto Network. I hope you all enjoy today's show. So, looking at where we are right now in regards to cryptocurrency, okay, we're in a brand new year, 2025, 2026 fiscal year, and we're already 14 days in. We are literally 6 days away right now from Donald Trump inauguration day. There's a lot of things to be excited about. There's a lot of things to be, a little worried about. I believe that it's both, and both feelings are very right. However, don't allow one feeling to overpower you so much that you miss out on the blessing of a lifetime, right? Understand that now. Like this is a business decision, okay? And understand that we could make money in a Kamala Harris ran government. We can run a business and we can have success in a Trump-led government. It's not about the president. These things with crypto were already written into fruition. Donald Trump as our president was already written in fruition. I'm not talking about man written, but written by the Most High. These are things that have already been written. So if they're already written, that means that's not something you can really do about it. So if you can't do anything about it, the best you can do is make the best of it. And the best of it is building wealth, because people are going to build wealth. You're either going to survive or you're going to thrive in this new economy. You're either going to survive or you're going to thrive. Okay. Now, some people won't survive. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the survivors, right? Because, but here's the thing. You ever heard of survivor's remorse? See, there's something called survivor's remorse, where people become remorseful about surviving because, and I believe that a lot of people are going to have survivor's remorse because they could have had the thriver's blessing. See, I really believe that 2025 is the year to thrive at your highest level. Crypto's going up. Every coin's going to go up. You can make money. This is still a speculative market. You can put your money in damn near probably everything. And I'm not here to give you advice to put your money in anything, but a lot of this stuff you can put money in. And just like the last bull run we saw in 2020, all right, everything went up. Same thing's going to happen here. You just got to understand the networks that are doing the most. People talk about Solana. People talk about Ethereum. I believe Ethereum will lose its spot in number 2 in this bull run. I said it here. Ethereum will lose its spot at number 2 in this bull run. I don't think Bitcoin will lose its spot at number 1 in this bull run. Okay, we got a lot more to do. That we have a lot more to succeed. We have so many other pivotal points in the history of what's about to happen. Okay, so don't get over yourself. But I do believe that HBAR will be a top 10 token, and XRP will be number 2 at the end of this bull run. Y'all can stamp it. Y'all can stamp what I said today. HBAR will be number 2. HBAR will be in the top 10. Okay, top 10. XRP will be number 2. That's what I believe. Okay. Now, let's dive into why I believe. So the first thing I want to do is I want to play this for all my XRP holders, all my HBAR holders, you know, all of my ISO 20022 compliant holders. You know, this is how this year is going to feel for us right here. Pay attention.
What you guys doing? That's a lot of fish. Hey, watch it. Hey, what you guys doing? That's a lot of fish. Hey, watch it. Watch yourself, son. When I retired. What the fuck you gonna do that now? Please. Look after my investment.
Feel me? Hey, this is what we call towel throwing season. I hope y'all with me. This is what we call that. This is the season that we throw in the towel. You know, if you invest it properly in the crypto, this is the year that you throw in the towel right on your boss face and tell him, I gotta go look at my investments. You know what I mean? That year. But see, if you didn't invest enough, you might not get to do that this year, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe in the next, maybe by the next bull run, you'll have these next 3 years after 2024 to go ahead and start investing into the right projects, putting enough of your dollar cost averaging enough. But man, if you dollar cost average enough this bull run, and you have a business idea, maybe you have some business idea that you want to do, and you just need funding. Maybe you didn't go the credit route. Okay, maybe the credit route didn't work out for you. Well, maybe the crypto route will work out for you. All right. And I just wanted to play that video to lighten the mood and just let you know we got a lot of things to look forward to, specifically throwing the towel in our boss face. All right. Now, the 118th Congress, okay, proposed this bill, and I'm about to break a couple of things down to you. All right. Get ready, y'all. It's now 10:17. Bipartisan Ban on Congressional Stock Ownership Act of 2023. What does this mean? Bipartisan, meaning both parties. Ban on congressional stock ownership. So this is the act that is still, I don't know if it's been passed. It's been introduced. Okay, it's been introduced. So if they pass this where Congress can't own any stocks, I wonder why they would do something like this. It's not to protect us, okay? And if you haven't noticed, Apple's at an all-time high. Most stocks are doing pretty well, just like crypto's doing pretty well, but stocks not doing too shabby, right? People are making money, you know, but pay attention to this video. Now it's 13 minutes. I'm not going to play that many. I'm going to play like 3 or 4 minutes. Okay. But this is the stock market you do not know about. I hope that you all enjoy and learn on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning. Let's go.
What's the headline here? Stock market's rigged. The United States stock market, the most iconic market in global capitalism, is rigged. By whom? By a combination of the stock exchanges, the big Wall Street banks, and high-frequency traders. Who are the victims? Everybody who has an investment in the stock market.
Michael Lewis isn't talking about the stock market that you see on television every day. That ceased to be the center of U.S. financial activity years ago and exists today mostly as the photo op. This is the stock market that Lewis is talking about.
Now I have a question. What does that look like, y'all? Let's just go back a little bit. Let's pause it here. What does this look like? Is we got any smart people on the call this morning? What does this look like? Come on. We got to get better. We got to get more specific. What does this look like? Come on, y'all. What type of facility does this look like? Come on, y'all. A data center, yep. But also a Bitcoin mining facility. Thank you. Bitcoin mining, data center. Okay. So this is Wall Street now. Pay attention.
This is the stock market that Lewis is talking about, the one where most of the trades take place now. Inside hundreds of thousands of these black boxes,
located at more than 60 public and private exchanges, where billions of dollars in stock change hands every day with little or no public documentation. Trades are being made by thousands of robot computers programmed to buy and sell every stock on the market at speeds 100 times faster than you could blink an eye.
Wow.
A system so complex, it's all but invisible.
If it wasn't complicated, it wouldn't be allowed to happen. The complexity disguises what is happening. If it's so complicated you can't understand it, then you can't question it.
And this is all being done by computers.
All being done by computers. It's too fast to be done by humans. Humans have been completely removed from the marketplace.
Fast is the operative word. Machines with secret programs are now trading stocks in tiny fractions of a second, way too fast to be seen or reported on a stock ticker or computer screen, faster than the market itself. High-frequency traders, big Wall Street firms, and stock exchanges have spent billions to gain an advantage of a millisecond for themselves and their customers, just to get a peek at stock market prices and orders, a flash before everyone else, along with the opportunity to act on it.
The insiders are able to move faster than you. They're able to see your order and play it against other orders in ways you don't understand. They're able to front run your order.
What do you mean front run?
It means they're able to identify your desire to buy shares in Microsoft and buy them in front of you and sell them back to you at a higher price.
Crazy.
It all happens in infinitesimally small periods of time. Their speed advantage that the faster traders have is milliseconds, sometimes fractions of milliseconds, but it's enough for them to identify what you're going to do and do it before you do it.
Wow.
At your expense.
So it drives the price up.
So it drives the price up, and in turn, you pay a higher price.
Michael Lewis is not the first person to allege the stock market is rigged or that high-frequency traders are front-running the market. But he was the first to find Brad Katsuyama, who was the first to figure out how it was being done.
A very unlikely character, a trader at the Royal Bank of Canada, a young Canadian man named Brad Katsuyama, realized that the market that he thought he knew had changed. The market seemed to be willing to sell stock. But the minute he went to buy it, someone else bought it. The stock went up. It was as if someone knew what he was doing before he did it.
Back in 2008, Katsuyama was 30 years old and running the Royal Bank of Canada's stock desk in New York with 25 traders working for him. Every time one of them tried to buy a large block of stock for a client, their order would only be partially filled and the price of the stock would go up. It kept happening over and over again.
The best analogy, I think, is that your family wants to go to a concert. You go into StubHub, there's 4 tickets all next to each other for $20 each. You put in an order, buy 4 tickets, $20 each. And it says you bought 2 tickets at $20 each. And you go back and those same 2 seats that are sitting there have now gone up to $25.
What did you think the problem was?
I had no idea. I couldn't get answers.
At first, Katsuyama thought it must be that the technology at RBC was slow, until he went to Stamford, Connecticut and paid a visit to one of the largest hedge funds in the world.
The same things that I was experiencing as a trader, one of the most sophisticated hedge funds in the world was also having the same problem. Then the light bulb goes off, you say, holy cow, this is a huge problem.
You were determined to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right that people who are investing on behalf of pension funds and retirement funds are getting bait and switched every single day in the market.
Katsuyama suspected that the problem had something to do with plumbing. The way the trades were routed through fiber optic cables from his trading desk in Lower Manhattan to the 13 public exchanges in northern New Jersey.
Plumbing.
But no one would tell him exactly what happened to his orders once he hit the buy or sell button. So he put together a team of technical experts, traders, and most importantly, an Irish telecom guy named Ronan Ryan, who was an expert on high-speed fiber optic networks.
All right, I'm going to pause it there because it goes deeper. But this is why the stock market is going to go to the S word. SH double, hold on. No, that's not it. I was about to say, I was about, yeah, there it is. HE is going to HE double hockey sticks. I couldn't remember what the thing was. I almost said SH double hockey stick. Yeah, there it is. HE double hockey sticks. Now, Y'all pay attention, okay? Because if the stock market crashes, let's say we have a stock crash because some truths start to come out in 2025 because President Trump put Elon Musk at the forefront of the Department of Governmental Efficiency. He is going to make sure everything runs efficiently. And if the stock market is not running efficiently, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to propose some changes. So here goes Donald Trump at Bitcoin Nashville 2024. Pay attention.
Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations, and you are the people that are doing it. As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring and it'll go up with it. We had the greatest economy ever, and we will soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by $6,000 a year. People don't like mentioning that. America had more money to save than at any time in many decades. As a result, during my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%, from $898 the day I took office to $35,900 the day I left. That was the biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now, 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%, normally you say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good when people can't.
Now, you got Donald Trump on his position, and then you got what just came out like a couple days ago. You got JP Morgan CEO again, okay? Jamie Dimon, okay? Getting in front of the media, calling Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme with no value. Now, I kind of agree with him. I'm not against it. A lot of people are talking junk about him saying it, but it really doesn't have an intrinsic value. Like the original idea of Bitcoin, if you've ever read the Bitcoin white paper, which, I would recommend that you read the Bitcoin white paper at some point. I mean, it's the first white paper ever. I would recommend you at least go and read a couple. I think that's the problem with a lot of people is we don't read. And it's just like being a Christian that never read the Bible, that never opened the Bible, that never, started at Genesis, then went to Exodus, then Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, right? You gotta read the Bible. And some people don't read it and they're still Christian. And it's kind of like, when you are a crypto investor, I'm not trying to compare crypto investor to Christian. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is it's the same principle that if you don't read the Bitcoin, white paper, that kind of is the Bible of crypto, of what the original idea was, right? So go back and read that. Hey, it's very important. Now, the JP Morgan CEO calls Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme with no value. Now, he had a video out and you probably have seen it. And I agree with him, like I said, because the value does not lie in Bitcoin anymore. The value lies in DLT, which is distributed ledger technology. That is the top basis of everything. And so what I want to do real quick is I want to show you all of something that I thought was important, especially after hearing what Trump said, right, about 3,000, almost 4,000% increase in Bitcoin when he came in office, okay? Well, when Donald Trump began his first term as president on January 20 of 2017, right, the price of XRP was around 0.006, Okay, I first started buying XRP in 2018, the end of 2018, and it was already up to 14 cents. So like, I'm really sad. I was about a year late to the bus of getting a penny, less than a penny XRP. But you know, 14-cent XRP ain't too bad either, right? Now, by January 2018, XRP reached its all-time high of approximately $3.84. Here's how you can calculate the percentage increase. So the initial price, January 20th of 2017, 0.0065, highest price, January 2018, $3.84. So literally 1 year later, it went from a sixth of a penny to $3.84. Okay, now let's do some math. Okay, so percentage increase, final value, initial value, over initial value times that by 100 is the percentage increase. So that's a 59,000% increase. So Donald Trump increased the prices first term, 59,000%. Now, imagine if we get a 59,000% increase in XRP from its current price point. Okay, so check this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Chat GPT because I'm really not that smart. Maybe I could do it in a calculator, but you know, hey, you know, I don't claim to be the smartest person in the world, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go over to Chat GPT and I'm asking the question. All right. I'm going to say, Chat, how much will, let's see if it can answer it. I don't know. How much will XRP be worth if its current price is, okay, you think I would know, but I really don't know the current price, $2.54. All right, cool. So current price is $2.54, and it has a 59,000% increase over the next year. All right, let's see if it can do that basic math for us right there. Okay. Okay, it gives us a formula. Okay. So future value gives us, look, it gives us the fall. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, oh no. Mm, mm, mm. Anybody else seeing this? What would be the market cap of XRP at this price? Oh. Okay, it's giving us the formula for market cap. All right, now look, that's how, hey, now that's crazy, right? All right, so for us to be able to get that, it says the market price, the market cap got to be 79 trillion. Now look, that's crazy, right? So if we had a 59,000% increase, that means the market cap would go to 79 trillion. Now, okay, hold on. Watch this right here, y'all. How much is the derivatives market worth yearly? Oh, I'm getting into it now. I'm getting into the look, I'm getting into the nitty-gritty now. All right. Okay. So XRP, Ripple's the only blockchain company on the board of the derivatives of the ISDA, the International Swaps and Derivatives Association. So if they get a percentage of this, or their goal is the entire derivatives market. Pay attention. Estimated range from 600 trillion to 1 quadrillion or more. So it's a quadrillion-dollar market. Okay, it's a quadrillion-dollar market. So 79 trillion to even 600 trillion is not that much money. If something has a $600 trillion market and we need a $79 trillion market cap, and they're going to control that market, the inflows of that market, a $1,500 XRP in my mind is not crazy to wish for. Y'all make sure y'all stamp today's date on that one. Let's get it.
On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says you fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying.
His company is buying it.
So it's just, I mean, so
Crazy, right? So Jamie Dimon, same guy that just said what he said right here. Okay, Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, is one of the largest purchasers, his company, largest purchaser of Bitcoin. How crazy, how crazy is that to even fathom, right? Y'all might want to stick around, invite some more people to this call, because we ain't even got to the bullish content yet. Ain't that crazy? I promise you, we ain't even got to the bullish content yet. So pay attention, y'all.
And just to rub in the point that what you hear in the press is not the reality. This is the update of the BlackRock ETF, which is called IBIT, the Authorized Representative List. And we thought this was fascinating because in the same week that Goldman Sachs' CIO said there's no purpose to any of this, Goldman Sachs was signing up to be one of the most important partners for BlackRock in the launch of the Bitcoin ETF. And you have to smile because either the CIO of Goldman Sachs doesn't know what she's talking about, or Goldman Sachs is talking out both sides of their strategy at the same time. And we think it's the latter, but it does make you smile. And Citibank the same, by the way. And
Citibank, JP Morgan, all of these companies, all right, they already are investing into the future. Now, Elon Musk isn't the only tech leader helping shape the Trump administration. Let's talk about it. Okay. President, during an intimate dinner at his New Jersey's golf club last summer, President-elect Donald Trump told the prominent Silicon Valley investor, Mark Andreessen from Andreessen & Horowitz, that he wanted American tech companies to win a global race against China. Okay. Now, this is chess, not checkers. He makes this announcement last summer. He gets elected as president. He's inaugurated on the 20th. They're now coming out with rumors that China is potentially looking to sell a TikTok to Elon Musk. Now, all of this is crazy. It is keeping people in this like head space of ooh, right? But let me bring y'all back real quick. Because, you know, Andreessen Horowitz, that particular multi-billion-dollar company, okay, they are tired, right? They were sick of Biden's administration crackdown on crypto. And if you remember, Andreessen Horowitz was alongside Ripple, one of the companies that invested into the bipartisan bill to invest, I think, a couple $1 billion or a couple million. I think it was like either 10 figures or 11 figures, right? It was one or the other, but they wanted to invest a certain amount of money into certain campaigns that were pro-crypto. Andreessen Horowitz led the way alongside Ripple for that. Okay, I thought that that was bullish. Then on January 13th, yesterday, Donald Trump's Crypto Advisory Council emerges as an inauguration loom. So now Donald Trump said he's going to create, I believe it was 21 or 24. I can't remember how many people it was. 24, yeah. It's going to be a 24-man crypto council, right? The people who pleaded anonymity revealed that Trump intends to appoint 24 crypto leaders for the advisory role. The constituents would include CEOs and founders in the crypto space, okay? And to help create the proposed Bitcoin reserve. But believe me when I say, there's no way these CEOs are going to sit on a 24-man crypto council. None of them own the Bitcoin company, right? So they're not going to sit and propose for a Bitcoin reserve. They're going to propose for other digital asset reserves. And so if you want to know what those digital assets are, I have a couple of clips for you just to give you an idea. This right here is the CEO of Cardano, Mr. Charles Hoskinson, okay? And he talks about, some of the ties he has. And I'm not saying he's on the council. I'm not saying he's a part of the 24-man, play, but he's a high contender. Listen up.
Anytime there's a presidential transition, it's a very complex affair. And actually, the Treasury Secretary has yet to be selected, and they're kind of winnowing down. So that sets all crypto policy. So right now, most of the discussions are with the legislative branch. I'm having dinner tomorrow with Senator Scott. I've talked to numerous senators who are in the banking sector, basically figuring out how the regulation is going to work. And we've had some discussions with people transition team about what they want to do with a crypto committee. And if it's going to be a czar or if it's a commission, and what exact powers and how exactly does that work? And it's not exactly clear in how it's set up on the executive side, but on the legislative side, it's very clear what they want is to pass a law. So there were several attempts already in 2023. FIT 21 was the most successful, which passed the House, but it did not enter the Senate. And in the Senate, there was a bill in 2022 called FIA that was by Senator Lummis and Senator Gillibrand. So right now there's some reconciliation of what does the executive branch want and what does the legislative branch want. What we've been told by the executive branch is Trump has a mandate that he wants America to be the #1 place to found and run a cryptocurrency business. There were also several campaign promises they're trying to connect to. For example, the strategic reserve for Bitcoin concept that also Senator Lummis is a big fan of. And there's a lot of things around asset classification that have to get resolved. The security commodity debate and what power should be reserved for the CFTC and the SEC. So it's still very early days, and we'll know a lot more in 60 to 90 days about how much level of broad industry participation is going to occur at the executive branch side. But we're already in talks with many people on the legislative side, and they're going to move forward as a co-equal branch of government with or without the executive branch to pass a law.
So Mr. Charles Hoskinson is talking that junk. And it sounds like he knows a lot about what's happening. So could he be on the board? Then we have to go over and look at Brad Garlighouse, the CEO of Ripple. He said 2025 is here. This is a January 5th post. 2025 is here and the Trump bull market is real. For Ripple, this is even more personal after Gensler's SEC effectively froze our business opportunities here at home for years. The optimism is obvious and very deserved. Today, 75% of Ripple's open roles are now US-based, while over the last 4 years, the vast majority of hires were outside the US. We signed more US deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 since the election than the previous 6 months. Team Trump is already jumpstarting innovation and job growth in the US with Scott Bessent, David Sachs, Paul Atkins, and others at the helm. And they aren't even in office yet. Say what you want, but the Trump effect is already making crypto great again. Through this campaign and in administration's day one priorities. Flip the doggone switch, Brad. Flip the switch. Then we go over to Hedera because, we can't forget about Lehman Bear. I can only name US companies. That's the only people that's going to be a part of this council. Hedera and the HBAR Foundation's response to the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, RFP, on the role of distributed ledger technology in tackling climate change and the transition to a clean and reliable electricity grid. What are you talking about, right? And I just told y'all that word, distributed ledger technology. We're extremely bullish this morning, and there's nobody more bullish than me. You can tell, you can say, you can go tell your favorite people there's nobody, they're not more bullish than me. I do this in my sleep. I literally slept on this. I woke up and I put the show together. This is what I do every single Tuesday and Thursday. Make sure you don't miss a goddamn episode. Let's go. So the first thing they talk about is protocols. The world's first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, resorted to Nakamoto consensus, a mechanism to achieve agreement with which has proof of work at its core. A network maintained by many participants can be easily attacked because it is costless to create new digital identities to influence the network. Hence, Bitcoin's consensus mechanism attaches a digital identity's ability to influence the network to a scarce resource, which is energy. Proof of work is thus energy intensive by design. This does not mean it is necessarily has a large negative impact on the climate. There being several factors influencing this, including size of the blocks, price, stranded energy, and ability to facilitate flexible load demand and utilize renewable energy as supply for proofs. In addition, creating circular economies to minimize energy consumption is also something that would benefit the decarbonization of consensus protocols. However, the climate impact of proof of work can be high. Other consensus mechanisms, such as proof of stake, are more energy efficient than proof of work because no mining is involved. Hedera, for instance, uses Hashgraph, a low energy alternative which uses proof of stake. I'm not going to continue, but you can see that they're going crazy. So if they sit on the board, they're not going to propose a Bitcoin anything. Brad Garlighouse isn't proposing Bitcoin anything. Charles Hoskinson is definitely not proposing Bitcoin anything. Do you see where we're going? Do y'all see what's going on? Then months ago, maybe around the summertime, this thing right here comes back up in my mind when I was sitting in bed this morning called the DREC Alliance. What is the DREC Alliance? We are excited to announce that Cardano, okay, and Hedera have joined Algorand, Algorand, Ripple, XRPL Labs, Hashgraph, as the final founding members of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance with 2-year seats on the Technical Oversight Committee. Just like that, this is who's going to run America. How about this, y'all? Y'all see where it say Hashpack? Aren't do y'all see this right here? Hello, y'all see that right there? This is from my Discord friends. Y'all see this right here? Because we had a conversation last night. Do y'all see this right here? Light me up real quick. Light me up real quick. And if you're in the Discord group and you keep on missing these calls, man, wake your behind up. We got a call tonight at 7 p.m. with Sana. Sana's about to go crazy. She has a beginner's trading call, and you should tap in. But if you didn't know, now you know. Coffee and crypto's on a whole new level. We're on a whole new scale. I didn't even know that some of the companies that I'm preaching about was even on this working group right here, this alliance. So this even makes me go even further into my belief that we are investing into the greatest technologies ever. Pay attention.
Well, new this morning, Wells Fargo customers, listen up. The bank is experiencing outages right now that are impacting online banking services and the mobile app. One customer wrote on Twitter she couldn't use her funds and transfers or direct deposits were being declined. The banking giant has addressed the problem on social media, and they wrote this: "We apologize to our customers who may be experiencing an issue with our online banking and mobile app. Thanks for your patience while we research this issue. If you are impacted," they say, to check back on their social media accounts for updates. But again, this appears to be impacting customers from the East Coast to the West Coast this morning. I have posted something on my Twitter and Facebook pages. If this is impacting you, please let us know. Well, new this morning,
Wow, so Wells Fargo's down, right? Okay. Cool. Now, pay attention to this clip right here. Hold on, let me see. Yep. Pay attention to this clip real quick, y'all.
To understand why, I mean, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like payments is quite boring, and you're right. And we can't pretend any other, like, I'm going to have to tell you, payments aren't that interesting. Okay. So why is CBDC interesting? Well, the reason is this, and it relies on you know, I'm a nerd about these kind of things, so I use words very carefully.
Me too.
There is a very big difference between electronic money and electronic cash. Okay. So to understand the infrastructure, we need to make that difference, because you're all thinking, why do we have CBDC when we already have, you know, SC Instant, we already have SEPA and instant payments. Like, you've got to understand the difference between money and cash. So in the future, we want a resilient European infrastructure. And that means we need two kinds of infrastructure. We need electronic money. Electronic money lives in bank accounts and it flows across banking networks. It flows across SWIFT. It flows across EBA clearing. So we have electronic money that lives in bank accounts and flows between bank accounts, and we need that, and we want that to be as efficient as possible, and we want it to work, you know, as super fast and blah, 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 with all the protections. Electronic cash doesn't live in bank accounts. Electronic cash lives in your pocket. I mean, not metaphorically, because obviously the electrons would slip through and fall out. So you have to have like a USB stick or a phone or something to put in, but you know what I mean. You get the general point. Cash doesn't live in banks. Cash lives in your pocket, your car, your hat, your phone, whatever. We need both of these. Why? What's the crucial difference between the electronic cash and the electronic money? Electronic money flows through bank accounts. Electronic cash flows between devices. It doesn't go through banks. So if I pay you like, imagine I'm paying you 10 electronic euros in the future, 10 digital euros in the future. Those digital euros go from my phone, my hat, my badge, my watch, my car, to your phone, hat, badge, watch, car. It doesn't go anywhere near banks. It goes from device to device. And a crucial design characteristic of electronic cash, if it's going to provide any kind of population scale benefit to the consumers, is it has to work when there's no internet, no mobile network, no electricity. It has
Did y'all hear that?
to work like cash. So if I'm going to pay you 10 euros, the 10 euros, I don't know, I tap my phone on your phone, I tap my badge on your phone, I touch my USB stick, whatever. But the point is, it has to work when there's no power, no mobile network, no internet.
All right. I've told y'all what network runs. There's quite a few networks that have already implemented no energy. Like, they operate, you can send the cash with no electricity, with no energy. Okay. Ripple's one of those. Now, Filipino banks collaborate on launching PHPX, a multi-issuer peso stablecoin using Hedera blockchain. And this is from the Digital Pound Foundation. Yes, sir. Hedera is continuing to show us how bullish it truly is. Okay. Among the banks participating are Union Bank of the Philippines, Rizal Commercial Bank, Cantaloupe Bank, and the Rural Bank of Gunobatan. While the Singapore-based Just Finance is the driving force behind the project, the banks themselves will have significant input into the stablecoin's governance structure. Now, I didn't see this at first when I read it, so I'm going to go and just look this up real quick. What is Just Finance? Just Finance International. Let's just take a quick peep, see what we can find real quick on their website. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, they're in the Netherlands. Let's see here. News, press. Let's see here. With the press, just trying to see if I see anything that that sticks out to me. If not, I'm sure this will show back up in the content, you know, at some point. Yeah, I don't see anything that just sticks out to me. Let me see, about us. Yep, cross-border collaboration work. So same old thing, right? Another one of these pretty much lobbying groups. All right, good work. All right, now, so we see that the stablecoin, Hedera, is launching a multi-issuer peso stablecoin. All right, so all these stablecoins, which to me kind of seem like CBDCs, are being built out right now, okay, are being built out right now. Now, check this out. SEAL-SQ, semiconductors plus quantum. That's what it says up here, okay? Now, I don't know if y'all ever heard of SEAL-SQ before, but we're going to talk about it today. SEAL-SQ and YSAT unite to launch 6 next-generation satellites in 2025, equipped with advanced post-quantum technology. I think if you've been here for a while, you know where I'm going with this. The first of the new generation satellites will be launched on January 14th, 2025. Look at your day today. What is today's date? January 14th, 2025. This is fresh off the press. We keep everything fresh at Coffee and Crypto, even your coffee. We keep it fresh. From the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California in partnership with SpaceX. So we got SpaceX, SEAL-SQ, and YSAT uniting to push out 6 next-generation satellites equipped with advanced post-quantum technology. Now, who could I even be talking about post-quantum technology, y'all? Well, let's talk about what post-quantum cryptography is first, PQC. Let's talk about it, okay? In recent years, there has been a substantial amount of research on quantum computers, machines that exploit quantum mechanical phenomena to solve mathematical problems that are difficult or intraceable for conventional computers. If large-scale quantum computers are ever built, they will be able to break many of the public key crypto systems currently in use. This would seriously compromise the confidentiality and integrity of digital communications on the internet and elsewhere. The goal of post-quantum cryptography is to develop cryptographic systems that are secure against both quantum and classical computers and can interoperate with existing communications protocols and networks. Oh, you're cooking, VO, this morning. And this is from the National Institute of Science and Technology. I think that's what it stands for. Okay, let's keep going real quick. So YSAT, I had to look up what YSAT was, right? This is YSAT right here. Okay, now look at this right here. Satellite-based NFT ecosystem launches on SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. This was back in May 5th of 2021. They've been on this stuff, y'all. They have fooled and bamboozled some of us, but not us here at Coffee and Crypto Network. What are some of the things they focused on at YSAT? Smart containers, YSAT General, the YSAT Extra Large, YSAT Ground Station, smart energy, smart farming, and this right here, industrial IoT, Internet of Things. Now this kind of, you know, this kind of took me by storm, right? So I have to kind of go and do a little bit more digging to figure out what they meant by industrial IoT, right? So I went over here and I clicked on industrial IoT, and I wanted more information, but you got to register, download. So I'm just going to read some of these things. It says, look, every single one of them have IoT inside of it. Just read here, okay? The industrial IoT, the industrial Internet of Things, is the key element of the 4th industrial revolution, which is based on a network of multitude of industrial devices connected by communications technology. Smart farming. In agriculture, the IoT helps farmers monitor their crops, right? IoT is an environment that enables the connection of devices, sensors, actuators, and industrial equipment, generating a communication network to collect and use valuable information. IoT is going to be used in every area of life. Well, I want to go ahead and break the news to y'all right now. I want to go ahead and scroll down because this is the WhiteSats. This is WhiteSats website. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down and y'all gonna see it real soon. Zatrick, brace yourself. I already know little bro over there going crazy right now. Look at this right here, y'all. The integration of technologies from WiseKey, Hedera, YSAT, and SEAL-SQ represents a significant advancement in creating a secure, efficient, and scalable digital ecosystem. This is not a game. They are launching this literally at the Vandenberg Space Force, okay? And they are doing this in integration with SpaceX. WiseKey and SpaceX to launch satellites. It is everywhere. This is the #1 IoT online news space of all time. Okay, look at this right here, y'all. Look at this right here, y'all. SealSQ partnering, and this is on their website. This ain't on Hedera's website. SealSQ. It is on Hedera's website, but I got it on Seal's website. SealSQ partnering with Hedera in the next generation of post-quantum semiconductors. This was put out December 17th of 2021. So this same company that I was showing y'all, where is it? Right here, right? SealSQ, WiseSat is the same company that's partnered with Hedera. And if you didn't know, Hedera's main focus is real world asset tokenization. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the mic right now, because I think we did one hell of a job of research over the last couple of days. I hope that y'all feel extremely bullish. And before you go anywhere, I have a couple of announcements. Go ahead and raise those hands up. I need about 2 to 3 people to share one thing they like, learned, or love from today's episode. Would love to hear from you all. But real quick, if you are not in our Discord group, I actually want to show you, what you may be missing out on, because you never know, y'all. Like, you might be able to get value from our Discord group as well, right? I believe that there's so much value in so many different spaces and places, but we have some real value here at Coffee and Crypto Network. And the talk that we had last night in our Sip and Learn is legendary, And I want to show y'all our weekly schedule. So like I said, me and John are tackling our Sip and Learns on Monday. We have our Coffee and Crypto podcast, which is right now. We have our Tuesday Trading Foundations with Sana. Sana is incredible, y'all. Should be doing this 2 times a week for beginners that want to get into trading. Then we have Why Not Wednesday with my brother DC. Okay, and then Coffee and Crypto on Thursday, and then Thursday evening at 7 p.m., same time, 7 p.m., we have Sip and Trade with me. So this is where we dive into more advanced tactics behind trading and really getting into our bag. And then Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be meeting as a group, and we'll be having what I call group economics or group cryptonomics, okay? And it's Mocha Money Circle, where we'll be covering pretty much anything that you all in the community may want to cover. You'll be able to bring those things to our Saturday morning sessions so that we can help you, achieve your goals and understand more things. Okay, our Discord group right now is $50 a month. I'm about to increase it to $100 a month because this is enough value for people to pay $100 a month, believe me. So right now it's $50 a month. If you all are interested, you can text the word Discord. Okay, you can text the word Discord over to this phone number right here. You can text the word Discord over to this phone number right here to get in at the ground level of $50 a month. It's 678-460-6504. Again, that's 678-460-6504. 678-460-6504. Just text the word Discord over. I will send you a link to get you in there, and you will be godfathered and grandfathered into that $50 a month price before we do increase our price to $100 a month, which is still not that expensive, but 50 is better than 100. All right, now another announcement. Next Monday on the 20th, on Inauguration Day, we start our boot camp. So the first Monday of our next 6-week boot camp cohort will start. This is our Crypto GOAT boot camp. It literally is a to pay boot camp. It takes you from start to finish, A to pay. So if you need, you need a organized place and space to have a sit-down session, 6 sessions with all the recordings that you can go back over in your library, then you want to make sure you tap in and tune in to our boot camp. You can text the same number, 678-460-6504, the word boot camp, and we will send you over a link to get started. And if you get started today, and this is today only, I'm going to give you all, let me see here. This is episode 240. I'm going to give, 200 and, what episode are we on, y'all? 244. Yeah, 244. Okay. So this is episode 244. I'm going to give you all a $244 discount. So instead of paying $1,000, if you text me today, you'll be able to lock in your spot. Okay. And we do payment plans. So instead of paying $1,000, okay, today only, you have to text me today, not tomorrow. It's going to be $1,000 minus $244 to celebrate episode 244. And that's going to be $756. So, and you can do a payment plan on that. So if 756 plus a payment plan, 4 payments, 2 payments, or 1 payment, that's how we do it. You guys can join us, and we would love, well, especially me, I would love to have y'all join us and gain as much value as you can to be ready, because after inauguration day, it is game time. You guys have about 7 days to get your junk in order for this bull run. All right. And make sure you text me. All right. And outside of that, I want to go ahead and call up Craw Billy. I saw his hand, and I also saw Kanira's hand. Okay, but go ahead, Craw Billy.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
So I was trying to think of something kooky to say about IoT, but you know, kookiness is just about over, Vince. I'm gonna say it. I had dinner with some friends last night. We were talking about my best friend died. Okay, about
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, about 10 months ago.
Sorry.
Had a little birthday for him. He had bought some crypto. He was up like 300%, and he had sold it. And I understand why he sold it. I was telling his daughter, you know, I am promoting the XRP, right? But this Hedera, man, it would be the great XRP. It would be the greatest XRP. It seems like, you know, we bought XRP for 33 cents forever, and it's 33 cents. I mean, it would be a great replacement for, not saying, you know, not financial advice, just saying to promote something that would be something they could afford and start a place to start. The Hedera is just bounced everywhere. It's crazy how much you see that. I don't know that anybody else sees that. I mean, they don't even see Bitcoin. They don't even see XRP. What the hell is XRP? And then Hedera? What are you talking about? And if you get into virtuals, there you go. Let me ask you, if I have Discord or want to join a Discord, for anybody that's on the call, I can go back and catch that sip and learn, right? Because it's on the Discord. It's in your archives.
Yeah.
And could they actually see the things that are in the past? Like the other.
So there's a lot of changes. Everything since we've started the Discord is in there. You just have to go back and scroll back throughout the
Right.
stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to go through, right? But we're really focused on making the Discord more organized this year. Making it easier, more user friendly, you know, the same way these big companies are focused on UX experiences, user experiences is the same thing we want to focus on, is our UX experience for our customers too. So so if it's not easy to find now, going through 2025, by the time we get to about second quarter 2025, the end of this first quarter, everything will for me, I think that we'll be at an even greater space and greater place for people that are in the Discord group. So, you know, if you're in the Discord group and you haven't been plugging in, man, you saw the calendar, this is what you paid for. You know, don't waste your money. Be on these calls.
And you have that Hedera stuff on. I mean, like some of your classes, they can also repurchase some of those classes probably at a discount because they're in the Discord, right?
Yeah, the Discord has a any service. So even our boot camp, if you're in our Discord group and you pay $50 to get in, like if you pay $50 a day to get in, you automatically you get 50% off of everything. So instead of actually the $756 for the boot camp, if you pay $50, it would actually be 50% off $1,000. So it'd be actually $500 for the boot camp. So it'd be $550 is what you would spend today instead of $756. So it's just, you know, it's actually a better deal to be in a Discord group because I do 50% off on anything. And I didn't realize
I just cost you money. I didn't realize I just cost you money. I thought I was helping you. I saved some people some money.
You cost me $200, Billy.
Good incentive for anybody to look at.
I wasn't trying to tell him. Look, I wasn't trying to tell him now. I wanted the extra too.
Look, man, that's 250 they can put into Hedera today. Okay.
Here it is.
So good stuff to think about, and enjoyed the call today.
Thank you. Thank you for helping, Billy. Thanks for putting that in perspective for people. That was a gem.
Yes, sir.
Zatrick, come on down, brother. How you feeling?
Hey man, what's up, man? First, I do want to say that those days that you were not posting, your presence was missed, you know. I do look forward to these calls. Very, very. I didn't realize how much. You never realize how much you need something until it's not there, or you miss something until it's not there. And like I even went the Telegram. I put the question mark. I'm like, no coffee today. Like I was like,
That.
dang,
Yeah.
I was watching your old videos and stuff, and it was just like, man, it's just good. So I was glad to hear you. Thankful for the shows, and the information is very amazing today. Hedera, I do agree with Billy. Like Hedera is kind of not the replacement to XRP, but it's like I got hype behind Hedera and XRP because you think about XRP, they got like 300 partners, and then you just hearing Hedera partner with all these people and very powerful people too. It's not even just random people. Like who NVIDIA is, and if you don't, you should know, or you know who like Google and T-Mobile and all the SpaceX. You better know who SpaceX is. Like, is it? It's not. These are like heavy hitters, and I'm just like, man. Feels good. It feels good. I do buy Hedera, or this isn't like financial advice, but even if it's just like I stopped sports betting, so I'm putting all my money into this. These are my sports bets, and I'm winning. So I'm just very happy right now. Definitely looking forward to Trump getting in office. But yeah, man. Just thank you, bro. Real spill.
How do I get to the new crypto? There is no someone texted me about how do they get to the new crypto Discord. I'm not gonna say her name, but just to answer, there is no new crypto Discord. It's one Discord. So if you're in the Discord, it's the same Discord group, same group. Just to answer that question that just got texted over to me. Wow, look at that, y'all. This is great. Does anybody else have anything? Feel free to raise your hand or just say, I got something to say. We'd love to hear from you. If not, then, we'll get up out of here. But I think today's call was extremely bullish. Let me just respond back to her just in case she actually isn't on the call. It might have just been a text. We have the same. All right, just make sure. All right, great. So with that being said, yeah, look, like Billy said, have a awesome day and sign up for the boot camp, y'all. Like for real, like take advantage of these discounts. If nobody's taking advantage of discounts, if you don't feel like you need it, then I'll just keep my prices at the high price. But 678-460-6504, man, be on the boot camp. Do a payment plan. Get a payment plan. It's 2025. Like, if you ain't met with me since 21, 2022, 2023, if you didn't meet with me in 2024, you're due for a meeting. Let's go ahead and knock this out. You should be meeting with your advisor at least one time a year, bare minimum. 4 times a year is what you really need, but at least one time a year, you should be meeting with the person that you listen to the most. And the fact that y'all have access to me right now is crazy. I promise you. Very soon, you will not have the same access. Vincent Owens will be like Jamie Dimon. You will not sit with me unless you're paying a very high price. You know what I mean? So, and you will be working with strategists. We'll have hundreds, right? We'll have hundreds of strategists, and those will be the people that you will work with. You will not work with Vincent Owens. I'll be way too high profile. I will be traveling the world. That is going to be my life. I'm speaking it into existence now. So if you want this time with me now, so that you can also set yourself up properly, 678-460-6504. Text the word Discord or Bootcamp, and I will send you all the deal of a lifetime that you cannot deny. Have an amazing day, and I will see y'all at the beaches and the banks of the world. And remember, the bottom is getting way too crowded. And